Welcome to Alpha Wolf Capital. I'm Tim, and I want to personally thank you for stopping by. This channel is designed to help small companies, both public and private, gain exposure with potential consumers, investors, even partners. Take, for example, today's guest, CEO Darin Myman from DatChat Inc. DatChat Inc. is a blockchain, cybersecurity, and social media company that not only focuses on protecting our privacy on our devices, but also protecting our information after we have shared it with others. They believe an individual's right to privacy should not end the moment that you hit send. Their platform allows users to exercise control over their messages and posts even after they're already sent. Through their application, users can delete messages that they send on their own device and the recipient's device as well. There is no set time limit within which must exercise this choice. You can do it at any time. It has a nuclear option where you can literally dissolve the entire chat like it never existed. And I'm going to let Darin tell you more about this in just a moment. This is not to be taken as investment advice. I am not a certified financial planner. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. I encourage everyone to do their own due diligence. Hey, everybody. Tim from Alpha Wolf Capital coming at you with Darin Myman from DatChat. Just going to do a quick update. We've had Darin on a couple of times. We got the Myseum, which I think is a really exciting development that Darin and his team are working on. I thought it'd be cool to get an update and just see what's been happening in the last month or so. Darin, thanks for coming in to give us an update.
Tim, good to be here. Great to be back, and thank you for having us on again.
So we talked a little bit before we hopped on, so I already know, but maybe you could share with the audience how you feeling about things, the progression of Myseum right now.
We were just out at the photo managers conference out in San Diego last week, and it couldn't have gone better. This is a group that if you asked me if it existed 6 months ago, I'd say I wouldn't even know what they did. And to realize there's over 700 people that are in this business, managing photos for individuals, large businesses, and to get their feedback and to have them actually do a beta group with Myseum, a continuing beta group we're putting together. And the feedback we got is basically giving us a roadmap to success for both their large customer base, but expanding photo management market to everybody to manage our personal photos or business photos and for organizations who are losing so much of that data. It really was a great trip. And some of the ideas they have are easy for us to implement and will really, I think, put the turbochargers on the Myseum's growth.
Yeah, so it's in general, the feedback of everyone that you kind of run into with Myseum has been very positive, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can give you some of the feedback we had and some of the suggestions we had, just a quick overview.
Okay.
Like one of the photo managers came to me and said, look, I love this. I have very high-end clients. The Galaxy looks a little cartoony, simple to solve. We're going to give you choices of what you want the Galaxy to look like. Very professional or maybe under the sea for some people and have different backgrounds for it. Another thing that was very important to them is something that we're building now and should be ready in 60 to 90 days. We call it our solar system. It's having specific groups to share with and how to manage those groups. That's huge for them because not everyone wants to share with everyone forever. Some people want to have that side of the Myseum, but also have this is just for family, this is for my fishing boat buddies only. And so that's what we were getting back. These are things that were a lot in the works, but some ideas on how to give them exactly what they needed, like what happens to the metadata you download. These are all the questions that came up, and they came with solutions too, because their response was the more control you give to us, the more people that'll want to use this.
Right, right. It's funny because when I think about this business, your business, the tentacles of this thing, where this can go, are just so huge, right? And I think it's people are not understanding the full picture here, and that's not unusual. But when they do start to really put these pieces together, and I'm talking organizations, I think this could be so powerful. I think the companies that grasp it today and can be early movers, I think are going to be really, really happy, right? Would
Well, yeah, if you think of how much time companies spend when they have a Christmas party or a convention, even the photo managers, how do you share those photos so everyone has instant access to them? And it's not just in the future. You have to remember one of the features we're working on this, we're calling it the pop-up gala, is to have immediate sharing amongst a lot of people or a few people. People could be in the same location. Because right now, all of that's lost, and there's no way to. If we all take different angles at a concert, how do we see that? If you have 10,000 people taking pictures, they all feed in and they can be shared. And using all our DatChat technology, maybe the picture stays up for 5 seconds. Maybe it's everyone can save the album after or put something in for a minute. Think of how many friends that don't live in your area that aren't geolocated next to you. You could all go out and share what you're doing on a Saturday night and
right?
kind of a
Yeah,
live feed, a
yeah. Almost
personalized.
like you're hanging out with them, right? I mean,
Yes,
yeah, it's very cool, very cool. I mean, the opportunities are limitless, really, and you're just getting started, right?
just getting started. The next 90 days of development take us to full blown enterprise and consumer side product that could be. See, what was important, so the photo managers have over 700 members. These
Okay.
people are out selling their services to manage photos, and Myseum is a place where you store them. And the solution we're providing, not a recurring revenue charge like some of the very expensive solutions that are out there, you know, will grow their market. It grows us very quickly. And I think this has all the right makings to go viral very quickly with these last changes and features we're adding.
I mean, you are still consider yourself right now, you're in the beta rollout of right?
Quiet, soft beta. And so the best thing that happened, they had 15 members in a beta group for us. We had feedback, a lot of questions, a lot of things that we have to. So like they knew we were encrypted, but they said I wouldn't know that looking at Myseum. We have to put that out there that this is security. This isn't your pictures everywhere. This is your connections and who you connect to, and to be able to limit those things, how big it, who can add people to the galaxy. Some people, and this was more on the younger side, just want to grow and see how big it gets. They don't
Right.
care who it connects to. But if you have a Rotary Club, they don't want it connecting to the whole world. They just want it with the members and former members they could see and new members.
Yeah.
So that's the learning process for us to understand the market. The B2B side is revenue producing from subscription fees or implementation fees and storage fees. The consumer side just gets big, and the social. No one's put a social network with this like we have. This is the first of its kind. The
Right.
multi-level 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And people love that because I saw one of the photo managers connect to one of our guys. He says, wow, my galaxy just grew by 120 people. He was amazed. And he thought it was cool because I was checking out what he's connected to.
Right. No, that is cool, right? And so the influencers are going to eat this thing up, right?
Yeah.
We talked
And
about
it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of, I learned something from the photo managers I didn't know about Myseum, that we could upload 200 pictures at a clip. It's not just limited to one. You can pick, 200 pictures off your camera roll and they go right up super fast. The other thing I learned is, and we're working on this, is to get a desktop version. And then
yeah.
there's
We
other
did
good
talk
advice.
about that. Yeah. So
Make it 80. Yeah.
how far along are you on the desktop? I mean, we talked about that last time, and I thought that was a really smart move.
Yeah, latter part of the year. We've started construction. We're going to do it web-based, not as a download, so it's easy. And latter part of this year, we need to get everything finished in the next 90 days. That needs to
Okay.
go into all of this. But we've already started on the look and feel, and it's mostly a UI. The back end stays the same.
Okay. Um, so next night, so 90 days or so, and is that when you do that when you're anticipating full launch? I mean, this is now no longer beta. You're going full launch.
Full launch, start really bringing in the numbers, both virally and seed the right advertising out there. So we get the word out and own the market very quickly. Right now, we're almost in a competition-free industry. No one's doing what we're doing. Alternative solutions for just storage are hugely expensive. And people haven't realized the problem we all have of our photos are locked away. And that's one thing the photo managers got right away. It's yes, everything's locked on our phones or our old digital cameras, our computers. How do we share this? And that's the problem Myseum solves for us, for them, and for everybody.
So, um, just so we can talk about the security angle or security end, you've got blockchain technology, which you have incorporated into your security, right?
Well, we're everything's encrypted that goes up to Myseum. What
Okay.
we're using is we have a patented blockchain system that will be deploying. We haven't deployed it yet. That keeps it secure, but also ensures the longevity and it lasts. And one of the things we talked about is in each galaxy, all the people you connect to, they'll become historians that run one of the nodes and share in probably the some of the revenue that's generated to reward them. We're not doing a cryptocurrency, but it'll feed itself. And that's a patent on the technology we have to share this that'll make sure that it lasts forever.
Okay. I mean, with all this AI stuff, right? And the ability to take an image and then change that image however with AI. I mean,
Mhm.
this thing could get so freaking big. I mean,
Oh yeah.
my brain, I almost can't handle it. It's like there's just so many opportunities here, right?
Well, we had an AI acquisition last year to help with the tagging and management of the photos and all the albums you create. Now it's using it to recreate your image into the future, whether it's your voice, your image, so people can bring you to life.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Cool
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to see how this thing develops, right? And this is just a this is a whole this is not a Facebook. I think this is like a Facebook killer. I really do. This is a whole different experience that I think people are really going to enjoy. From all aspects, businesses. I just think that if this is done right, and I think you're doing it right, you're going and seeing the people that are helping you build what they want,
Mhm.
which is huge.
One of the things they love that incorporated the news feed and being able to follow the people you want and see if you just want to see family and see posts from them. One of the problems with Facebook that's developed, and there almost seems to be a backlash, especially from a lot of the communities we talk to, is that there are just too many ads now. You see a post, it's hard to even see a post from a family member because it gets buried by their algorithms if you're not
Right,
always you're not getting your updates the way you used to.
right, and that makes sense, right? Um, this is going to be a very, very different, very unique feel to this thing.
Mhm. And we're going to grow it to the best of our ability faster than you can imagine.
Yeah, I can see it, Darren. Anything else that you want to share with people real quickly?
I think we have a pretty good update here. Hopefully, the next. Oh, we did get our European patent, which worked out for the EU in the
Okay.
countries there. So that's our 16th patent. And keep your eyes on us. I think the next 90 days are going to be very exciting in terms of new product features, new products within it, and the positive results of our partnership with the photo managers.
When you were at the event, we talked about this. You were not the only you were not the only kind of software company that was trying to help this group, right?
There's probably 20 or 25 other sponsors and vendors there. Everything from converting your pictures to digital to long-term storage solutions, which were very expensive compared to us. And that's why there's an excitement that we really open up the size of the market to being able to stream your home videos right on your TV after the digitize, like through a Roku TV from a channel, which, I saw a lot of potential synergies with a lot of the companies there. We haven't reached any agreements at this point, but I saw a lot of synergies that, moving forward, you know, uh, digitizing your photos, that's a business we're not getting into, and partnerships that are possible.
Right, right. Okay, all right. There was something else, but I lost. Oh, I want to talk about the chart. That's
Mhm.
got to talk about the chart.
Well, you were right on. I don't talk about the chart, but you hit it to the T last time.
Well, and it's actually it's setting up. It's setting up beautifully. I mean, if you look at what's happening with the company fundamentally, and you look at what the chart is doing, they're acting well together, right? And that's with all the turmoil that's happening in, I mean, everybody's there's so much stuff going on, so much negativity out there. Apparently, there's only one way tariffs can go, and that's badly. I don't agree
Mhm.
with that at all. I think this is a change that had to happen. And did anybody think that there was going to be zero pain with this? Come on. There's going to be some pain, right? But it's a means to an end that I think puts us in a much better position than we were in the path, much better path than we were on prior. So people can disagree with that. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. We'll see how this all plays out. I'm an optimist. I am an optimist, not a pessimist. So I think things are going to work out just fine. I think this stock is holding up extremely well in a very turmoil type atmosphere, chaos, I guess. And it's holding up right here at this, it came down, it filled the gap. That's what we talked about it doing. It did, it filled it to the T. It's tested that area a couple of times, which shows me that there's some real support here at $2, right? So uh, this would be a place where I would feel comfortable adding, right? Could it go lower below two? Sure, that could happen. Would I be freaking out and selling it? No, I'd be adding more, right? I mean, if that's happening, then I just figure that's Christmas in June, whatever, right? I mean, it's an opportunity to build my position. That's from an investor standpoint. If you're a trader, you probably have a whole different system. I'm not looking at this as a 10-cent scalp or a 20-cent scalp. I'm looking for a multi-bagger, right? And we've already seen that it has the ability to do that very quickly. So what happens when you have really substantial news, right? That's where my little brain. This could be so fun, uh, and this is going to be an ongoing thing. Again, I'll go back to imagine if you could buy Facebook at the very beginning of Facebook, right? I mean, would you be happy if you were still holding shares however many years later, right? I would think that this will be the same thing, right? Will you be happy 10, 20, 30 years from now still having shares of DATS in your portfolio, right? That's how I think about this. This could be I'm not going to say it is, but it could be a life-changing stock for a lot of people. This could pay for your kids' college education, right? I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. And at this level, it doesn't take a lot of money to get a decent amount of shares, right? So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not telling anybody to buy it. That's not what I do. I'm not a financial advisor. All I do is present the story, and this is a good one to pay attention to. Go to their website, sign up for their email alerts. At least buy one share, at least one share, right? That way you'll pay attention to what's happening with the company. All right, Darin. Anything you feel as though I missed?
I think you hit it all, and congratulations on calling the chart perfectly.
Thanks, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we can. Well, I'm not going to do it right now, but at some point I will have a top call on this thing, or not a top call, but a pretty aggressive target. I'm not going to put that out right now, but it it's coming. It's coming. All right, Darin. Hold on one
All right.
second. I'm gonna shut this off, man. Thank you for tuning in to another CEO interview here at Alpha Wolf Capital. Today we had Darin, my man, CEO of DatChat. Uh, Ticker symbol DATS. I hope you enjoyed today's interview, and if you did, do us a favor, give us a like. How about giving us a share? And while you're at it, make sure you smash that subscribe button because all of those things are extremely important to us here at Alpha Wolf Capital. Until next time, stay safe. Alpha Wolf Capital wishes you the very best of success.